poppin', everybody? Welcome to Culture Pop Season 3, Episode 3. This says we're talking about Thunderbolts, but we're talking about a couple other things. I mainly put this as a thumbnail because it's the most recent. But we've got a good show for you tonight. We're going to talk about the Thunderbolts trailer. We're going to talk about the Fantastic Four trailer. We're going to talk about the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer. We're going to talk about Buffy. And we're going to talk about MegaCon. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. As always, I am here with my main man, Heavy D, the Drewski, the Dolan. I write comics. How are you, sir?
Hi. I'm doing all right. Today was first day back at the big boy job, and it was a cluster, but
Of course.
it feels good to just relax and reminisce on the great times of Dallas. I'm sorry, not Dallas. We're reminiscing. I won't reminisce of Dallas from last year, but reminiscing of MegaCon 2025. And I'm glad to be here with you and hang out and discuss that, as well as some interesting movie trailers.
Interesting movie trailers, indeed. It's going to be fun to talk about MegaCon. Aaron will be joining us shortly. You know, I make it hard for Aaron because he's over on Commie Coast, and I right now it's like 6:12 for him. So I'm like, oh, you get off work at like 6. Oh, you can totally join my show at 6. But he is coming, and we'll have him here shortly. But you did mention Dallas, and I am looking forward to Dallas. So
same. I can't wait.
Yeah, I am. I told you guys. Well, we're getting the frat pad, the party pad, whatever we want to call it, maxi pad, Joshy pad. I don't know what's going on. We're planning that, so I'm hoping to find something and have it nailed down like this weekend at the latest.
Outstanding.
And, I'm going out. I just decided, you know what, screw it, because it felt too fast. It felt too fast this last time, so I'm going for a full week. I'm just going to be up there for a week, and if anyone wants to come out early, great. If not, that's fine. I got friends in Dallas I'll meet with, but I might even just take some time to have some time in a nice house to do some writing, to do some video editing, all that sort of stuff. Get stuff prepped for the rest of the year. So
Write the great American novel. Yeah.
Heck, I don't know about that. Maybe. So, but no, I'm counting down the days, and hopefully it'll be here before I know it, because this year's gonna be a big year. It's gonna be a crazy year.
You're telling me. Yeah. You're
like,
yeah.
I mean, you with what you're doing, we're gonna have Wes flying in. So Wes is gonna be here. Thinking Critical's Wes. He's gonna be here. Wild. And that should be bringing quite a few people. I think Eric Soli is going to be coming in. Aaron's supposed to be coming in. Joe Corallo, I think, is going to be coming in. Perch should be there, all things considered.
Sir Perchington?
Sir Perchington of Perchville? So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fun year. And it's going to be, I'm excited to meet Wes because, and we've kind of talked about this in different streams and stuff, but most of us all know each other because of Wes and Wes's show. Like, that's how I know you. That's how I know Max, Aaron, Joe, Jim from Weird Science. Like, all these people that I converse with on a regular basis, I met through Wes. So
yeah, he brought us all together. He was the man with that we all followed. He was the Pied Piper. We all followed him, and here we are. And if we hadn't all chatted, if we all hadn't been on those streams, we wouldn't be here right now. That's as simple as it is.
Agreed. It's the truth. It is the truth.
Yeah, and like you, I can't wait to meet him because I've bonded so much with him for like the last almost 4 years now. It's crazy.
Wild.
Just sharing so much with him about life and talking, comics, of course, but sports, sharing laughs, just advice. It's great to finally meet someone you've bonded with in person.
Indeed. Well, and I think the other exciting thing is like, I look at the relationship that I have with like you and Max and Aaron, and even Joe, and it's like we were friends and good friends, and then we met in person, and it's like the moment we met in person, it changed everything. Like, we became like a crew at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially our little crew with you, Kyle, Aaron, myself, and Max. I love our little group. So, anyways, enough gay shit. This turned out to be super gay. So real quick, I'm going to turn to the comments. Not to toot my own horn, but I did a self-gifting of 5 memberships for the channel. There are things that we have that are behind a paywall. Some of it's old episodes, some of it's exclusive content, which currently is going to be only Josh and Sipping with McDizzy, but we have more stuff coming on the way. So go check that stuff out, especially if you got a gifted membership. But in the chat, we've got Cajun Corey here. So I got my password. Look, there we go. So I got my password. Dallas Fan Expo ordered. Can't wait for it. Heck yeah. I'm hoping I can maybe get some of y'all out just a little bit earlier. That way we have more free time. Because the one thing
I should have plenty of free time to be able to come out a few extra days earlier. So that shouldn't be a problem as of right now.
Like, we did a lot of chilling, but we did a lot of chilling while at the convention. Like, it was very much like we're at the convention doing stuff, and yeah, we were together, but it would be nice to have a day of just like,
just to relax, unwind before the shenanigans kick off.
That's right. And then I think you had mentioned, what was it that you wanted to do? We wanted to go tour.
I had brought up Heritage. They do tours, but I brought up the West, and Wes was like, "Well, I'm gonna have my family with me. I don't know if they want to do that." It's like, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we could do it as a guy before Wes gets there. Do a guy thing. We can. Yeah.
Heck yeah, guy thing. Speaking of guy things, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Sparrow.
Bwong.
Giant size guy thing right here. How's the
giant size guy thing? Oh, I love it. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Just back from MegaCon. Had a great time with Drew and Murphy and hanging out with everybody. Just an absolute blast.
Heck yeah. We're gonna do a little bit of a deeper dive on that in a second, because I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys since you got back. So I want to hear some stories. I want to hear how getting your comics and stuff out there went. But before we get to that, we're gonna keep going through the chat just real quick. We also have Jamin D coming in with a rock on Jamin D. Vex Electronica is in the house late and straight. You know what? I'll take it, because typically we're late and gay. We also have Zach's popping in here. Josh! So I will be on Zach's channel tomorrow night talking about some similar subjects, but I think we'll be discussing it from a different perspective. But we'll be looking at some of these superhero movie trailers and looking forward to that. It's always fun on Zach's channel, so you should go give him a follow. We've got Salty Traveling Sea coming in with, oh, look, another dog shit Marvel movie. You know what? I'll save my thoughts for when we get to it, because we might have similar opinions. In case you missed it, Salty joined us for our last book club to discuss Saga of the Swamp Thing, Alan Moore's Saga of the Swamp Thing. It was a really fun conversation. The 3 episodes we've done of the book club, I have loved. It's probably some of my favorite stuff that we've done, because it's the largest groups that I've had for panels, and I'm trying to get different people, but there's just so much context that's getting brought to these. So, for instance, with Saga of the Swamp Thing, we had Salty talking about, just remembering when that book was releasing. We had Drew coming in with a lot of the behind the scenes knowledge. Max was being poor, precious little Max, and had never read the book before. So just typical shenanigans. But it was a really good conversation, and I just had a freaking blast. So thank you, Salty, for joining us for that. We've also got Cannoli Sasquatch in the house coming up with a hello, people. Hello, good sir. How are you? I'm glad you're doing better. I've been enjoying your coverage of the Twilight series for your MMM. So keep it up, because it's hilarious. No. I am not a Mega Twilight fan. I've seen them once. It's
funny you mentioned Twilight. There was a point just before before we start talking about MegaCon, we're walking around and Aaron brought up I think the movie pitch, the channel movie pitches or whatever on YouTube, where the show's like it's the same guy. He was Aaron brought up the Twilight, like the last film or whatever, with the wolf guy, and like he falls in love with the baby, and she becomes a grown woman. They're like, you don't think that's a little weird? You don't think that's strange? That's I was dying laughing.
Wait a minute. Is that baby vibing me right now? Are we about to kiss? and then the producer guy's like, why are we doing this? And then you go back to the writer guy and he goes, no, it's okay because he's going to help raise the baby. And producer guy goes, I mean, you got to know that that's somehow worse, right?
Oh man, those Twilight. I mean, I'm assuming the books. I haven't read the books, but the books, films. Oh, buddy, I could do without them. We've got the Goochster himself, Gooch, in the house. He says, "Yo, what's up, everybody? What is up, Gooch?" We also have Jay Blue. What's up, Josh and Dylan? It's Dolan, but it's okay. We'll call him Dylan. He's got a ton of freaking names anyway, so just call him whatever the hell you want to. And then Aaron, I don't think you had joined yet, but what's up, Aaron?
So, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, Cajun Corey says, "Hail, Aaron Sparrow!" Yeah.
Hail. We've got Zach's coming in with 10 Canadian dollars. What's that all about? They said I could play Taskmaster in the sequel. I will be talking about Taskmaster in particular when we get into this trailer, because something has been made very clear. But Zach's, because you gave me 10 lovely Canadian dollars. Is that 10 loonies or is that 10 toonies? I don't really know. But since you gave me that, I'm gonna go. You got big shoulders, you got a nice build on you, so I feel like this is the only clip worthy of you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's because Zex also has organic steel abs.
That may or may not be true. I think that is pretty much everybody in the chat. So thank you guys for coming in. And I do want to go ahead and get. Oh, wow, salty. Almost 45 minutes from. No, I'm good, man. I will pass. I'll pass big time. I'm going to refrain talking about my ex who loved the. Well, that should have been the sign. If you have someone that is not a 14-year-old girl or younger that loves the Twilight series, run for the hills.
Actually, Marie and I just rewatched the first one recently because we were like, it was rainy and we were like, we wanted something to laugh at.
Yeah, it's so bad it's good.
Yeah, we put it on. We just like absolutely tore it apart. It was great. So much fun.
That was the funny thing. So Cannoli, for his MMM series, they've done Twilight, New Moon, and they did Eclipse last night. But those first two in particular are so bad that they were just making fun of it and then redoing lines and stuff. It was great. Good little stream there. So you two were at a little thing called MegaCon in Orlando. You may or may not have some books that you were peddling. You may or may not have rubbed shoulders with some industry creators and creatives. So I want the lowdown. What happened? Who fought who? Who'd y'all find in a hotel bed with another person? Like, what's the tea?
No fun drama like that, but we did like I saw Disbrew, I saw Critical Drinker, they were there. I got to hang out a little bit with Kara Creates, and I got to hang out with we got to hang out a little bit with X-Ray Girl. So that was fun. I apologize for not being Josh or Max. So we did that. We said that the parts of you guys would be played by your understudies. So we got to see a whole lot of friends. We got to hang out with Murphy, which is always a blast. We got to hawk some books, and A couple of people would either walk by the table or pass me in an aisle. So a couple of times I was either told "All hail Lord Doomface" or "All shall kneel." So it's kind of fun. Josh,
I'm over here. Yeah, sorry. I'm over here sitting nice and talking, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm muted. Drew, what about you? Did you get to rub shoulders with anyone? Is there anyone that you saw or met that you were happy to see and or meet?
Yeah, there was a lot of people I was happy to see and meet. Aaron, naturally, it's great. Got to meet the whole TCM, the Comic Mint team, hang out with Steve Murphy. Naturally, that was great. Got to see Stephen Platt once again. I brought a book for him to sign, and once again, he took a sweet time, like flipping right through it. He was like, it's so funny when certain creatives, when you bring them a book, and like they don't get in their signature mode. They just stop and they flip through it and they look through it. They just take their time looking through it, just like reminiscing. It's like, oh wow, that I was not expecting this. And just Stephen Platt, he just took his sweet time looking through a graphic novel that I brought him to sign for it's like the Extreme, I forget what it's called, and it's an Extreme Studios book. And he was like, he's like, oh my god, I remember all this. I remember doing that. I remember doing all this. And yeah, he said everything was as clear as day. And that was fun. And naturally got to hang out with Marat Michaels, and I got some stuff to cannot be announced yet publicly, but we'll be talking hopefully sometime in the near future about regards to that. And got to see Todd McFarlane twice. He rushed by me twice, which was pretty interesting. And got to sell a bunch of Aftershock comics. Not Aftershock, I'm sorry. Aftermath. I'm sorry, Aftermath books at Comic Kingdom Creative, and from what I understand, according to the owner Spencer Voikin, those books sold incredibly well beyond any metric that he had in mind, which is great to hear. He sold out of several copies as well, so that was obviously did fantastic. And I had another book. I wrote another book. Remember the Symbiote Willie I wrote last year, Josh?
Yep.
Remember that? Store did their own exclusive for that this year at MegaCon. And I signed like 60, 70 copies between 2 days of that variant. And nice. It was a I believe it was a Delgado homage cover. So I got to sign covers on Sunday signed by me, Delgado, Marat, Sajad. It was insane. Just like my name is on the same cover as Delgado. This is insane. But yeah, got to have some great food. Got to hang out with Aaron and got to hang out with Sora Sung one night. That was probably that was probably the best night. We were out to like what 2 a.m. up till 2.
Yeah, with her and her manager Brett, and they are just like both delightful company. Brett's like the nicest guy in the world, and I don't say nice like in a milquetoast way. Like he is genuinely a kind person. And lovely to be around. And Sora is just a blast. Actually, whenever I wasn't hanging out with Drew, I just went over and hung out with Sora because she's just so much damn fun.
Nice.
I can't blame you. I can't. And there are several moments. I or Aaron and I, we would run into Jim Zub. Jim Zub would just randomly run into us. And one day, Jeremy Adams he walked right up to us to say hi to us at the hotel. That was the most surreal moment, but it was fantastic. I had several great long conversations with Jim Zub. Specifically Thursday night, we're at a drink and draw, and for charity, and getting to see Lucio Perillo and Carla Cohen and Roger Lynn and Ben Temple-Smith paint live. There's nothing like it. It's fantastic. But I got to have like an hour and a half conversation with Jim Zub about writing and just different projects. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he posted something on Twitter. I think it was today. It may have been yesterday, but he was like, after this weekend, it's been made very clear that I'm your. If I had a classification in comics, it would be I'm your dad's favorite comic book writer. And he was like, Yeah, he ended up kind of, going beyond that. He's like, the love that I've received for Conan the past few years has been incredible. And then he went on to say that, what did he say? He said something like, I've had so many people come up to me and say that their son was reading the comic, or a friend, whatever. And they were, longtime fans of Conan and had stopped reading it, and they picked it back up because of the work he's doing. And I'm like, man, that's like, if there's not that's a testament. Like, that just lets you know right there. So, yeah, I really dig Jim. I'm glad he's getting the success that he's getting. It's always kind of cool when you get to see him. He's so passionate about what he does too, that it only makes you like him more. So,
and what's even crazier, real crazier, is that he was talking about projects for Titan, in the Conan universe, projects that are pretty much done and ready to go. They're going to be coming out like this year and next. That pretty much started when Conan kicked off. They're going to surprise us. That are already ready to go. It's like, oh crap! They've been planning for a while for this stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So if you thought we're just going to get Conan, oh no, there's a lot more coming from Titan in the Conan universe.
Yeah, I remember there were some kind of teases and stuff there, and then it got a little quiet after Diamond kind of, So I'm looking forward to when that stuff does come out, and stoked. And you mentioned Jeremy Adams. Jeremy's just a chill dude.
He is.
He's great.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect word. He is just great. Incredible. It just always has a smile on his face whenever I have seen him, every single time. And you love to see that.
Yeah. I've mentioned this in one of the previous streams, but he did an interview with Mark Miller that was really good. And if you don't walk away from that interview just like loving Jeremy Adams, not only as a person, but a creator, there's something wrong with you. Because I don't even think charisma works, but I don't even think charisma is the right word. It's just likability and niceness and good guyness. He oozes it. So.
He has an infectious joy that kind of like spreads out of him. So, it's like he's already like very kind of like gregarious and happy. And then when you get him talking about comics, it's clear that he has a passion for it. He has a passion for the characters. He loves what he's doing. He's interested in being a comic creator and actually telling great stories and doing things that, get the fans excited. And if you had more of that energy from more of the writers in the industry, I don't think that we would be in the creative slump that we're in right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
There are a lot of them, you just saw people just be tired, depressed, sad. It's just like, yeah, that's what I want to see in my creatives I came to see. But it is what it is. But I will say, like Sunday, Aaron can attest to this. I had a long meeting with Marat Michaels, and
I can't attest to that. It was way too long. It just went. Oh my god! I was like, "When's Drew coming back?"
I know what that's like, Aaron.
And let's just say it was. It's pretty life changing. And
nice.
I just felt like by the time I got back, my heart just sunk, just like taking everything in, and I just didn't know how to. Yeah, more to come on that in the near future.
Sunk in a good way.
Yeah, right? It's just like it's something that it's one of those pieces of news where it's like you always wanted like something like this, and but you think you're never going to get it. It's one of those things. It's out of reach, and you're given it, and it's like, oh shit, it's happened, and it's like, what do I do? What do I do? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm look forward to getting to talk about that. I'll just put it out there. Yeah. Did we have any Tom King sightings? Were there any Tom King sightings?
Did not see Tom King once.
Oh, that's a shame.
I saw Donny Cates, and I almost went up and talked to him, but then I was like, I don't know if he'd be glad to see me.
I mean, you could have just gone up and been like, "Hey, did you bring your printer to this one?"
What's funny is every time I saw him, like he didn't have like any kind of crowd around him, which number one I think shows the fallacy of believing that being a comic creator makes you a celebrity, but also how quickly you can kind of be forgotten or left behind in the comic book industry.
Absolutely.
Because I think that, and we've talked about Donnie multiple times on different shows. I think that he has proven talented enough to where he should, even though his time in the industry, that window was short. Maybe he'll have another chance at some point, gets his life together and gets people to kind of trust him again, to be able to do the work and turn it in. Maybe he'll have a resurgence. And, talent wise, I think he does deserve, another shot. But it just goes to show you how that doesn't even matter. The industry has changed to such a degree that it's not that important anymore. People forget you so quickly.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's comics. It's pretty much all your entertainment industries. They're that same way. The interesting thing with comics is ultimately it is so small that I just think it makes it more noticeable. And maybe even feel more personal in some ways. But yeah, just
and more interesting thing is that normally at a convention, him and Stegman are next to each other wherever they go. This was the first time I could think of recently where they're both run by the same agency, Comic Sketch Art, but they're far apart from each other. So it's like, I wonder if this is anything personal or if this was just maybe coincidence due to the layout of the artist. But normally they're closer together. It was strange.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that and see if anything changes for future conventions.
I think what else I saw. I tried to go by and talk to David Pepos a couple times, but every time I made it by that section of Artist Alley, he wasn't at his table. So I either he wasn't there like the whole time, or I was just I just happened to walk by whenever he had to poop.
And not just that section, Aaron. You could have said that section was just log jammed every day with people. It was just so hard to navigate through there.
Mm-hmm. So if it's that being that log jammed and the fact that he's wearing a mask, you got to breathe through that thing all day. You got to get up and go take that off and have like a break, I guess. But just missed him. But I wanted to go and talk to him about Space Ghost and Cable, Love and Chrome. So
I would love to see him to go up and say like, "Hey, I love your Space Ghost. Why'd you block me on Twitter for no reason? Because we've never interacted."
Because Perch.
I know it's association.
He hasn't blocked me, but then again, like he knew me personally before YouTube, so maybe I'm grandfathered in.
It seems that way.
I'm trying to think of like who else was up. I spent a fair amount of one day looking for Brianna Garcia's booth, but couldn't find it because I wanted to say hi to her. I met a lot of really great people, a lot of really great artists and like indie people. And then a couple of Thinking Critical people came up to me. And one guy said like, I'm not interrupting you. Like I was leaving Sora's table to go back over to the TCM press booth. And this guy, Eric, caught up with me. And I'll talk a little bit about it on Aficionados this weekend too. But he said, I'm not bothering you. Am I? Like, do you have a second? And I'm like, no, I said, I literally am just here to meet people and to talk. And he said, would you mind like taking a look at my book, my comic that I'm working on? And I said, sure. And he pulled out this iPad and he opens it up and he is showing me like the most beautiful book that I have seen in a long time. Like, from somebody just like coming to me cold and being like, hey, would you take a look at this project? And I was like, so you wrote this? And he goes, oh, I wrote it. I drew it. I colored it and I lettered it. And every single bit of it was consummately professional. So it's kind of funny. It's the mainstream keeps hiring these goofs and putting them in these positions. And there's all kinds of people out there who are insanely talented and doing their own stuff and just looking for a way to get it published. Nobody wants to work for the big two anymore. Nobody of substance.
No.
Nobody who does good stuff, because number one, they pay garbage. Number two, you have you're never going to get that Rob Liefeld deal. They've tried to buy him out of the little percentage that he gets out of his stuff already multiple times.
Yep.
You're never going to get that. They're just going to take any good idea that you have and they're going to turn it into some shitty MCU movie. And, then maybe you get an invite to the premiere if you can get yourself there and pay for your own hotel. And then you get locked out of the after party and told you can't come like Rob Liefeld and his family, which is bullshit. I know Rob Liefeld doesn't watch this, but Rob, I just want to say that is some bullshit.
Rob, you can watch this if you want. I won't stop you. You can also tweet it out if you want. I definitely won't stop you. Yeah, that was an interesting situation that I wish I could say surprised me, but it doesn't surprise me. So, Drew, anything else from MegaCon that you want to bring up?
It was just it was a good, productive convention. It was great hanging out with friends, just hanging out late, just breaking the routines. That's what was great about being at the show, breaking my normal day-to-day routines, being up to 2 in the morning, eating junk food, breaking my diet. It was a blast. Just having fun.
We ate a lot of garbage.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah, I mean that kind of comes with being at conventions. But yeah, it's a weird kind of exhilarating exhaustion, and I feel it less, when I do like Dallas because I'm not working. But when I would go to SDCC and work, man, like I would come home so tired, but I was like on cloud 9.
Yeah,
It's always that fun kind of, and you're right. It's breaking up the routine, but seeing people you love that you don't get to see often, like merging yourself into an industry that you love, if not for the psychos and weirdos and bullshit that you have to deal with, but just generally speaking that you love. It's always a fun experience, and I always look forward to the conventions I do get to go to. So
the really neat thing is I feel like the industry is starting to heal a little bit.
Yep.
Just with all the chaos and everything that's going on, and like kind of like the shift away from just like realizing that you've got to go after sales, you got to have customers and things like that. A lot of pros that I feel like maybe 3 years ago wouldn't have talked to me, because they could get blacklisted or they could be in trouble with their editor, would come up and have have a conversation with me, and would actually some of them would actually like lean in and say, we watch the shows. Love the shows.
Well, they do, because honestly, as much as people try to paint, especially like West, as being this Comicsgate right-winger problem, whatever the hell they've thrown at him, because they've thrown everything. It's like,
birthday clown.
Yeah,
he's a birthday party clown now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like, no, we're just honest. Like, we talk about what we like, we talk about what we didn't like, we say why. It's not. I mean. But that became a crime there for a while. So it's nice to see kind of that pendulum swinging back to normal.
And the funny thing is, if say like Tom King like rolled over and was like, I want to talk to you about some of the things you've said about me in my books, I'd be like, cool, what do you want to say? And I'd let him say what he had to say. Yeah. He'd be like, you called me an asshole. And I was like, well, were you being an asshole? I mean, I'm not gonna change my opinion, but we can have a conversation and we can move forward because you can say anything you want about me, Tom King, and I'm not going to get ass mad about it. Like that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. And what we do on these shows is we give our opinion. And I know sometimes, people are like, oh, you guys are grifting for money. None of us are making any money on this. Believe me.
No. I mean,
and in fact, probably I've missed a lot of opportunities by being honest. But I would rather have my integrity than the scraps from Marvel or DC's table.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I feel the same way. I don't need that fucking money to grift. They can fucking keep it. I'm having fun being in the independent sphere because I know creatively as well, working with Aaron, that all the projects I'm on, I would not be having this much fun or creatively if I were at the big 2. It wouldn't be happening right now.
Nope. Because you'd be, you would not be doing the type of stories you're currently doing.
That, and I know the art, apparently if I were working at the big 2, I probably wouldn't be allowed to talk to my artist, which would piss me off even more.
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, you find ways around that. You just find ways to get in contact and talk. That's what a couple of them have done. But yeah, like as far as you talking about your books and your projects, you wouldn't be going out on your own. They'd try to keep that under lock and key, and they would decide who you talk to, when you talk, what you can say. So thankfully you don't have to deal with that.
This is why I'm not a part of any of the little, indie cliques either. It's like I try to remain open and talk to everybody, and things that people that I know that I'm friends with don't like other people that I know that I'm friends with, or even people that I don't know that I'm not friends with. But you keep everybody's stuff separate, and it doesn't really involve you. And anybody who comes and tells me you shouldn't be talking to that person, to be like, well, maybe I shouldn't be talking to you. if you're going to try to put those constraints on me.
Absolutely. I'm the type of person that even if I like wholeheartedly disagree with you, I'm still open to having a conversation because we might have differing viewpoints. My whole thing is how do you treat people? And even if we have differing viewpoints, if you treat people well, then I'll be your friend. Like that's fine. And then I love talking comics. So even part of why we do the book club, I purposely try to bring some people on that I know have different opinions than I do so they can discuss them. So, why not? We can disagree and still get along perfectly fine. And I think certain people are finally maybe realizing that. But yeah. No, it sounds like MegaCon was a ton of fun. That's the one that I've never been to that I want to go to. So I'm hoping like either next year or the year after, one of those two, that I'll be able to hit it up. Because I also selfishly want to go to Universal as well.
Yeah, next year I'd like to plan it out to where there's like a couple of extra days. It would be nice if I could get to the level of like comics or freelance success to where you could have those, that kind of thing open to you time wise. So you don't have to request, I need this time off for this, or
I need it. I
gotta go to this thing, man.
Oh yeah, and looks like Salty's going to Emerald City Comic-Con first week of March. I've heard a lot of people that like that. So
hey, Salty, there's someone at Emerald City. Can you go up and call them a see you next Tuesday for me?
Oh no. Uh-oh. Should we ask who?
I mean, if you thought about stories that I've told, you could probably guess, but
oh, okay, yeah. I think I have an idea. Real quick before we, jump into these trailers, I do have two comments I need to highlight. But we had Jay Blue come back and he put, "Oops, hi Aaron, sorry Dolan." And Jay Blue, I promise, I'm just giving you a hard time to give you a hard time because I'm a jerk like that. I really don't care what you call us. I mean, they might care, but I'm just like, But thank you for the $2. I really appreciate it. And for you, let's do a little bit of this.
Who wants to hang out in a blanket fort with grown men in tiny underoos? Hello!
Hey, Jay Blue. Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah. We also have Michael Sallow coming in. What's up, everyone? What's up, Michael? How are you? And he also super chatted $2.79. It looks like of those Canadian dollaroos. And Michael, for you, as I'm jumping back and forth between tabs over here, I will give you. Let's go with this.
What are you doing here? 5 words or less.
Out for a walk, bitch.
Buffy, definitely on topic. We'll be talking about the Buffy revival news later. I mean, there's not a ton of news there, but yeah, we're gonna have to check that out. Real quick, we did have I believe it's Ciexla. Remind me if I said it wrong, just remind me how to say it. But nice, Aficionados 2.0. Heck yeah. We still need to make sure we talk to Wes about like, hey, we need to do a live show in Dallas. Like,
yeah,
we need to make this happen. So, oh yeah, Ciexla, I got it right. Woo! I'll take
even if just one camera and we just keep walking up and giving our opinion behind Wes.
That would actually be kind of funny. But yeah, I even still think we should try to see if we can squeeze a panel, but I don't know. We'll talk about that offline.
I know somebody who might be able to help us. So we'll. He was saying that like he could help us like get maybe get a table and get a panel going because that'd be a blast.
All right. So yeah, we'll have to have those conversations offline and see what we can finagle and see what he wants to do because he'll have his kids there and stuff too. But yeah. One more thing, we've got George Demetropoulos in the house. George. And George says, "Hi, Josh, Drew, Aaron, and chat." Yes, hello, chat. Before we get into this, I will say hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. Subscribe. If you're on the X side of things, come over to YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, add a little comment in there. We like the engagement. But yeah, I would greatly appreciate it. So Sunday there was some I don't know, sports ball game, something. There was a team and they did stuff, and one team, like, I guess didn't do as good as people expected them to do, and I don't know. It was weird. Actually, you laughing like that, Max was I was talking to Max last night, and he said I made a comment that customers at my job were in particularly bad moods, and he was like, why? And I go, well, Patrick Mahomes is from here. And he goes, oh, like Texas. And I'm like, no, he is from my town. Like, he is from here. This is his hometown. So people were pissed. They were in such bad moods. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. So, meh.
Oh,
I mean,
he had it coming.
Yeah. I mean,
and you know who really had it coming? Taylor Swift had it coming.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Those boos were
Agreed.
like, I was like, candy.
Okay, so did you see that Trump tweeted a video of him with Ivanka standing next to him, and people were like clapping and cheering? And then in the same tweet, he had a video of when they put the camera on Taylor and people started booing.
You know what it was like? It was like Trump was the kid from that hockey video where they show the kid and everybody cheers, and then they show somebody else and they get booed. Except it was Taylor, and then they go back to the kid, cheers. They should have been doing that. They should have been doing the dueling cameras.
Yeah, they really should have. Boo, yeah, boo, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like Trump got at least one, your daughter's hot.
Oh man. Anyways, there were, I guess this event's known for having commercials and stuff and whatever. So Disney/Marvel decided they were going to drop a trailer here, and it just so happened to be for the Thunderbolts asterisk. And I figured we could watch this trailer and kind of talk our way through it. How do you guys feel about that?
I haven't seen it yet, so I love it.
Oh, fun.
Oh, okay. Let me share my screen if I can figure out how to do this stuff again. Amateur hour on Pop by Culture.
I think you need to like have Jim record you and then put some music behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll bribe him or just pay him. One of the two. Yeah. So let's check this out real quick, and then Aaron, it's gonna be nice because you haven't seen it, so I'm curious to get your thoughts. But let's take a quick dive into this.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming.
Tulsi Gabbard.
I was just about to say Tulsi. The less bass Tulsi. And just to make sure you guys can hear, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Who will keep the American people safe?
Okay. I gotta say, I kind of dig the void. Just based on that.
I've got to say that the opening to this is essentially, the movie is already Suicide Squad, and this is the opening to the Suicide Squad trailer. What if Superman ripped the roof off the White House?
Yeah.
Who's going to do something about it?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong at all.
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
Yep, Suicide Squad.
Yep.
I mean, don't you just love Red Guardian though? Isn't he your favorite?
I mean, I do like him.
I do. Too.
I do like it because he's big and he's dumb, and it's just kind of a fun, kind of take. So I think he'll be good. So yeah, I like David Harbour.
I will say I don't mind it, but I wish we were getting somewhat of a serious character from him, strictly based on the opening of Black Widow. That when they're in like the early 90s, was it the early 90s?
Yeah.
And they have their escape. Like that reminded me so much of like watching The Americans on FX that I want more of that. But we get this. It's fine. It's somewhat entertaining, but I'm over Marvel humor, so who knows?
Big time.
Yeah. But these guys are not super. Not super.
I think it's smart that they're putting Sebastian Stan front and center in this one, which he wasn't really in the last one.
Nope.
You know, they're putting him right out there because he is literally the only bankable character that they have in this movie.
Look, I'll stand by. There are people. There are decent groups of audiences that are fans of Yelena. This Yelena.
I don't get it.
I'm a fan of the actress.
Yeah, I know Drew hates this version of Yelena, but
I don't hate her. I hate the character. I hate this interpretation of the character. I don't. It's just there are certain actresses that I don't understand. I mean, they may be a great actress, but I don't understand the physical appeal of Florence Pugh. I don't find her physically appealing. I don't know. There's something blah about her.
I don't find her physically appealing with this haircut.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's a
Bad
weird
haircut
haircut.
they got on her. Yeah.
they should have kept her with the long hair. I don't know.
This is like she's got the Evangeline Lilly curse in this one, where it's like, hey, second movie, bad haircut incoming.
Oh yeah. Yep. You're not wrong.
Oh, none of us comply. So what? Do we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not. It's like, are they going to try to be wacky?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
I don't know. It is, and it's like, okay, James Gunn did it, but he's also James Gunn, and he's naturally wacky, and he because of that he can do it, and I think it works to a certain degree. I know there are people that hate it. I get it. This isn't me like smoking that D. Like, I'm just saying. I feel like this is going to be them attempting to be James Gunn.
It feels like every movie they've done since James Gunn has been them trying to be James Gunn.
You're not wrong. Especially when Taika Waititi tried, and that was even worse.
And not just that. I mean, we saw it in the Borderlands movie, and we saw that in the Star Trek Section 36 movie. And it's like the highway to wackiness with all these crazy characters who don't work well with each other. Yeah. It's like this is very, very fucking tired in a year where we've seen plenty of this already.
Yep, agreed. All right, let's keep it going.
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past.
Okay, real quick, I'm just gonna say, notice that we're gonna have quite a few clips in different locations showing the Thunderbolts. And notice that the only location that we see Taskmaster at all is this warehouse scene where they first meet each other.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be she's the first one out. Just like Slipknot was the first one out of the Suicide Squad movie. Yeah, she's got a vulture flying around her. She's out of here.
And you know what? That alone might get a positive. Like, this movie might get a positive response from me just for that. Like, fucking kill this character.
It'll get an applause out of me in the theater. I'll be a clapping applause in the theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my IMAX screening and be like, thank God, bring the real Taskmaster.
Woo!
Such a disservice to Olga Kurylenko, who could have played an actual character in. She could have played White Widow. She could have played Yelena.
Yeah,
she's actually Slavic.
But doesn't that mean she's from Iceland?
Yes, that means she's from Iceland.
I learned that from Eric July. He teaches me a lot of stuff. I'm gonna keep playing this, but I'm gonna probably have a few frequent stops while this song's playing. That way, I don't get shut down by the YouTube photos. Yeah, YouTube shut us down.
Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now?
I still, he looks awful here. His hair looks awful, but I still hate the fact that he's got his freaking arm in the dishwasher. Like, come on.
God damn it.
It's funny. It makes the moms laugh.
Well, we saw how well that did with Agatha all along, and that it didn't do well with.
It's ice cream for mentally nerfed people. That's what it is.
And look, I'm gonna assume that part of him like not being in great shape is the fact that I think he's a senator in this film or something like that.
Bucky's a senator?
What?
I think so.
No.
I think
Well,
he's
I mean,
playing.
we've got Congress people that bang Chinese spies and get to stay in, get to stay in Congress.
Or kill their babysitter by driving them off a bridge. And
yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Then trying to get their best friend to take the route.
Yep.
Okay, so he's not a senator, but he's a government official. So,
Oh.
Sure.
That's right, ladies. He's the mayor of Sexy Town.
Mayor of Sexy Town. But I will say, just in general, there is a lack of cinematic feelings and like leading stars, just
It
based on
looks
how so many are.
super cheap.
Yes, that very much so.
We'll live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit.
No, messy.
This is like generic. The trailer.
It very much. Yeah. Well, kids, it's like, look, I don't know. I get that they're trying so hard to make this Suicide Squad, but it shouldn't be Suicide Squad. You don't even really fully have villains. I don't know.
No, but like you said, Josh, I mean, what we saw at the beginning with the Void, that's it in this trailer. Spoiler, that's all we're going to see of the Void and the Sentry, pretty much. And I think this was a colossal mistake in the trailer. They really should have built up the menace of the Void and just like how catastrophic the Void can be to the Earth. And
Why
you don't really
get
that.
Build to the Void. Like,
Well,
build
that
to
was
it in a.
That was my thought, because I genuinely didn't think they were gonna showcase the Void in this film at all. But maybe that's
And another world-ending plot, another thing that, like, oh, the big thing that and then you're like, why isn't Thor showing up? Why isn't Doctor Strange showing up? Why aren't these, other characters showing up? It's just, you could have done like a really nice small-scale spy story, with a bunch of assassins, and it could have worked. I mean, it might be successful just because it looks so damn cheap that maybe they didn't spend a lot of money on this and maybe they didn't reshoot it 18 times. But it just looks so generic. This trailer should have, why are we doing this again? And the Void should say, we're not so different, you and I. Like, it should just have every cliche in it because it looks so cliched so far.
It does look well, and it's like, I don't know. I think Bucky has an interesting arc, but for me, it's like, why are we here at this point with him? Like, so much stuff just it
they got scared and didn't make him Captain America.
I mean, that is 100% true. But I mean, so much of this film is like, oh, let's just do it to do it. Why? Well, just to do it. Yeah, and that's not going to get people excited. So, all right, let's keep it going.
You thought you were going to be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
Yep. I mean, the Void is very much the highlight. We'll talk about the actor in a second to see what we think about the actor that's cast, but Void Sentry, I think, is going to be the big talking point of this film. So
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that. God.
So, like, that little moment where he's saying, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes, and you see a U.S. agent sitting, looking at the news articles of himself, I think that is, like, the one nice moment in this trailer. And then they immediately, undercut it with this attempt at a joke. And that automatically turns me off because I know that's what they're going to do for the movie.
And also, that shouldn't be in the trailer. That moment between him and Yelena should not be in the trailer.
No. I also still don't fully know what this story's about. Like, I couldn't tell you what this movie's... I mean, I get it that they're bringing these quote-unquote villains together. But they're going to stop a bad guy. But every superhero movie we ever see. What makes this different? Because nothing here is letting me know that.
Thank you.
Song is not working for me.
Nope. That was Avengers Tower though, which clearly, Contessa has at the moment. So whatever.
Makings of team that can raise to glory.
I do think they're making Bucky stronger than he is, though.
Yeah.
Well, he does have the super soldier serum in him. So
yeah, but to flip a Humvee,
Captain America held down a helicopter as it was trying to escape.
Yeah, there's another shot coming up that I'm like, and I'll point it out, but
Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little giddy toy.
yes, like I get that he's strong, but that would knock him back at the very
real quick. Have you guys noticed like everything is just like gray and black in this? It looks like watching Man of Steel. I fucking hate it.
Well, this is part of the reason I said it doesn't look cinematic. But even a lot of the shots, if you look at a lot of the shots of the Thunderbolts, they're all just kind of standing all side. It's a straight on shot of them all kind of just standing side by side. There's not much interesting camera work going on here. So, and I can't remember.
A lot of flash shots.
It's the team from the Netflix show Beef that's doing this. They're the ones behind this. So.
It's a boring trailer, and every shot is just a bunch of jackoffs standing in a circle.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, I feel like they're trying to hide a lot of things that they think might be big deals.
Why hide it? They need to show those things. They have to.
Yeah, because
they have to.
I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal as they think it's going to be.
No, it's not.
Who knows? We've got just a few seconds left, so let's wrap this out.
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead.
Why not show your Superman? Show your Marvel Superman. Show him like what you're bringing to this, the century, whatever. It's like, holy shit, who is this guy? Who is this character? Build up the hype of the character, like Red Hulk. Build up the hype, but no, they don't do that. You get a gleam of his arm here and there.
Are you talking about Icarus from Eternals? Also, I'll say too, just talking about this, and look, I'm not the guy that wants you to have skin tight suits and everything else, but looking at Yelena's suit right here, it looks frumpy. I mean, I get it's practical for movement and stuff, but you are doing a superhero show, a film. You should have it look somewhat superheroic. I get they're not superheroes, but you know what I'm saying. Like at least do something similar to what Natasha wore for Black Widow. Like do something that actually looks like it's a legitimate film costume and not something that you went down to, the Navy Army store and purchased and like, here you go, making a movie.
Why is Bucky working with this team when he could just go get 2 Dora Milaje and they could just solo everything? Because they whooped his ass.
Yeah. Who knows?
Because that makes too much sense.
It makes too much. Hopefully we get an answer, on why these people are together, but I'm not holding my breath.
They're the best, the Wakandans.
Yeah.
And they have jurisdiction wherever they find themselves, because that's how international diplomacy works.
That's right.
Diplomatic immunity.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Do we think they're going to do a last-minute name change right as the movie drops?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be Dark Avengers. I guarantee it.
I think so too.
I think so too.
Lexi, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
God, even got John Walker making unfunny jokes. Like nothing in that trailer was funny. Nothing landed.
No. Yeah. So, I mean, here's our group, and once again, like Taskmaster isn't here. I don't think you're gonna see Taskmaster. Maybe 5 minutes of screen time.
Is that brunette guy in the sweater Sentry?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, this sucks.
It's Bill. So I like him as an actor. It's Bill Pullman's son.
He looks like
so-
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, and he was in Top Gun Maverick. Like I don't mind him. It seems like a weird pick. Because
Why
remember
is he
it was
not
supposed to.
blonde? Why is he not
That
blonde?
was my thing. Why is he
Yeah.
not? Let's just freaking make him blonde. Because it was. Remember, it was originally. I can't think of his name now.
Glenn
the
from
Asian
Walking
guy.
Dead. Steven Yeun.
Yes, Stephen Yoon. Yes. He was cast in the role and doing costume fittings and accepted and everything else, and then dropped out. And then before him, they were actually in talks with. Oh gosh, he was in the Heels show with Stephen Amell.
CM Punk.
No. Oh man, look, I googled
I
this.
beg to differ, Josh. I beg to differ, Josh. CM Punk was in Heels with Stephen Amell.
I'm not saying you wasn't in Hills. I'm saying it's not. Oh, Alexander Ludwig. He was actually in talks for Century, and then they had made an offer, and then I don't know if he passed or they turned down, but he looks way more Century like, and he was in Vikings or something like that as well. But that seems like that would have actually been a really good pick, and it's kind of sad we didn't get that. But yeah, I don't know. The one thing that I somewhat have some hope for is maybe we'll get some cool action scenes, but even then, I'm not even going to hold my breath with that. So I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to see this.
I'll
At least
see
not in
it.
theaters.
But, yeah, I mean, I've got my AMC pass, so I'll see it. But I don't know. I hope I don't want them to do much with this character wise, but I hope they do some really cool fight scenes with Ghost, because it's the only person here who has powers, like legitimately looks different powers.
John Walker's got powers. He's got the super soldier serum, and
yeah, but it's still just someone fighting. They're just a little bit stronger and faster, So like we have, when you look at the
Alexei
Avengers,
have powers? I can't remember if Alexei has powers. Doesn't he have a shitty Russian version of the super soldier serum?
I believe so. So you've got 3 people here that are super soldiers. You've got John Walker, Bucky, and then Alexei, and you've got Yelena, Black Widow. So you'll probably see some good fight scenes from her. And then Ghost is the only one that has like noticeably different powers, like with her, whatever you want to call it, phasing, teleporting.
I think they're gonna like fade out the Thunderbolts logo, and it's gonna come up Team Punch and Kick.
I mean, pretty much. But that's kind of my point. Is you look at the Avengers, you've got all these different people that can do different things. You've got Iron Man, who's flying around in a suit. You got Cap, which is almost like we've got 3 representations of Cap here. You've got the Hulk, who can go green and Hulk smash. Black Widow, which I guess would take the Yelena spot. So even if they do make this Dark Avengers, it doesn't it falls flat for me.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can't have Thunderbolts without Baron Zemo.
No, you can't.
Yeah, and how long have they been working on this now?
For a little while. I feel like this was like a surprise announcement I don't want to say a surprise announcement. Because it's been evident they've been leading towards this since like 2016. It just seems like they made it more of a big deal about it, but that was, I guess, 2021.
I don't know if they were leading to it or if they were just like, these are the leftovers, which I almost feel like this is what the book or this is what the movie should be called.
I mean, leading to it as in they were leading to Thunderbolts, and this is not what people expected the Thunderbolts to be.
Yeah, you should have had Zemo in there. You should have introduced some other villains along the way. Honestly, you definitely should have had Abomination in here instead of on Shang-Chi and then in the She-Hulk show.
Yep.
You should have used the villains that you actually had and that you didn't kill off. The fact that Taskmaster is just in one scene is okay. I mean, it's not like the version of Taskmaster they gave us is going to add anything to the film. They didn't even let her talk. She was just a scarred mute. Because that's Taskmaster. They didn't learn from Deadpool. Hey, let's stitch his mouth shut and give him blades that are too long to be in his arms.
Yeah, rough stuff. I do want to look at the comments real quick. So we've got Zach's coming in with Taskmaster is awesome. And then he put nothing can stop the Taskmaster. Oh man. It
At
would
least,
be nice.
at least she doesn't have her motocross mask anymore.
Yeah, sheesh. That was such a bad. I can't believe. Well, I don't know. The fact that they changed that because people guessed who Taskmaster really was for the movie, and then they were like, "Oh no, it's not him. It's not whatever something Fag Bentley. I can't think of his name."
Wait, who was Taskmaster supposed to be originally?
The guy that is like the mercenary that gets Natasha the plane so she can escape. He was originally going to be Taskmaster, and then people figured it out well before the movie came out, so they changed it.
So what?
That's what I said.
It's not like that surprise would have ruined what was already a pretty lackluster movie, or the lack of surprise. And then on top of it, when they did the reveal, nobody in the theater gave a shit.
Nope, at all. It would have been more shocking had Natasha just killed the daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality. But Zax also says that Buffy's a housewife. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Let's see. What else do we have here? Cajun said, is Zack Snyder the director? I mean, it kind of looks, well, no, there'd be more big booms and more slow motion.
It would be more visually interesting if Zack Snyder was the director.
Yes.
And we would have gotten way more slow-mo.
Oh, yeah. Zach's put Bucky is an incredible fighter. Whoa,
What?
sir.
What?
I don't know if you're just trolling right now, but the fight scene in Winter Soldier plus I mean, heck, the best scenes of Falcon and Winter Soldier were all Bucky. And then he had that moment in Madripoor where he went back into Winter Soldier mode. Aaron gets it. Max says it looks gay, so that means he's going to be there opening night, preview night, with his popcorn bucket. I wonder if the popcorn bucket's going to be Bucky's arm. That would be kind of fun. So, and Rye Guy KC put it looks watchable. We'll see.
Is that the bar now?
Wow.
Like,
maybe.
You know, this didn't make me want to gouge my eyes out.
I mean, well, and he followed up and it said it can't be worse than Marvel's. So I agree there, but I mean, you could have done a Thunderbolts film and had it actually be a really good film. It would have never been this huge blockbuster main event type thing, but when you look at the first three phases of Marvel, they realized that they knew they had their films that were a certain level, films that were kind of like mid-tier, and they knew they had their big blockbusters, which were going to be the Avengers films. You could have gone and done something really interesting with the actual Thunderbolts. But I don't know. This feels like a lifeless version. And Max, I don't know if this is the typo. I kind of hope it's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay. This will be one of the movies of all time, and it sure as heck will be. So
I believe that this will have many elements of a motion picture.
Oh man, I love it. So yeah, look, I will see this. I'm not excited for it. We'll see what happens. I think Sentry is a great character you can do a lot of stuff with, and I feel like he's going to end up getting wasted, which is a shame. And they keep doing all this Avengers level stuff without the Avengers, and that is just stupid. So
also, it looks like they're setting Sentry up like he's part of your team, and then oh no, the Void takes over, and now he's the bad guy, and it's like June Moon is part of your team. Oh no, the Enchantress Witch is the bad guy.
Oh yeah, because he's in the warehouse. I think he's what Val sends them to go get from that warehouse, and then they bring him back to her, and then the story will go from there. But
yes.
Yeah, outside of that, I don't know.
There's a big who cares.
Yeah. So let me get this Fantastic Four trailer up, because that is the next thing we're going to watch, which have you seen this one yet, Aaron?
If it's the one where they're in the kitchen, I did see it.
Yeah. So do we want to watch it, or do we just want to kind of discuss it because it's been out for a little bit?
Let's watch it.
Okay. Let me get that queued up real quick. I will say I do have a more positive outlook for this trailer, which is kind of nice.
I will say I am looking forward to this film more than Superman.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I'll say, judging on these cast photos, Thing looks great. Susan Storm looks okay. I don't like Pedro Pascal. I don't believe in Reed Richards, who doesn't have enough testosterone to connect his mustache to his beard. And Johnny Storm looks fine. Johnny Storm looks fine. He looks like the Johnny Storm from the Corman movie.
I mean, not just that. We have a Sue and Johnny who are both blonde. First time, one time.
Up there. The only thing wrong with this casting right here is Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. I agree. Yeah, let's check this out real quick. Let me get this screen share going. All right. Maximize and play.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
I love it.
I'm gonna the whole retro 60s vibe, that whole aesthetic, fantastic. It's so Matt Shakman's directing this. It's the same guy that did WandaVision. So
oh god,
look, he did a good job with, when you look at the episodes of, here's like a 1950s sitcom, 1960s, he did a really good job of emulating all that. So I have no concern that this film's going to look good. I mean, we see they made everything look perfect.
This was the same guy who didn't know who Mephisto was.
No. He knew who Mephisto was. Jack Schaefer, the person who wrote WandaVision, she did not know who Mephisto was. Matt Shakman was well aware. So yeah, two different people. Jack Schaefer is the one that's like, yeah, I didn't read the comics. Yeah, I don't know who that person is. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of do our own thing. That was Jack Schaefer. That was not Matt Shakman. Matt Shakman's the guy that's like, I want to pay homage to the classic comics, so they did that with the Halloween episode. He even, I mean, this is more so of a television history thing. He's the one that studied how they filmed certain things for each decade that they did. That way he could film the same way. So he seemed to put a lot of effort in, and he was also bummed that they didn't keep the Doctor Strange stuff. So makes sense. But we'll see. I feel like directorial wise, it's in good hands. What I don't know is if he can step up to like blockbuster summer movie event cinematography, if that makes any sense. But we'll keep it going.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Herbie!
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
I hate the voice. I hate Thing's voice.
Where's the, there was a little bit of Yancey Street, kind of like, at least add some like gravelly quality to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where I will agree. Like, it might grow on me when I watch the full film, but I wish there was a gruffness to his voice that's not there. And he's got a little bit of the accent, like that New Yorker type accent, and I love that. But I just want a little gruff. So
I want just a little bit of that, that classic thing. Other than that, he looks great. I love the look of Herbie. So far so good.
Cool.
And actually, and Vanessa looked really good sitting there in retro 60s style.
Oh yeah, So I think it's a perfect casting for Vanessa. And I've seen people be like, "Oh, she doesn't look that hot." I'm like, she's dressed up in like 60s attire. Just calm down.
To me, that makes her look more hot.
I mean, potentially, yeah. But
you guys, nobody watched Mad Men?
I know, right? Oh yeah.
Fair. Oh yeah. All right, we'll keep this going.
-5. Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't around.
Do you think we're gonna get the origin itself again, or do you think they're just gonna reference it?
I think they're just going to reference it and show it in flashback.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
absolutely. And I love how they're showing that, if that's true, like showing it how it's like the old Apollo missions, just that old footage. It looks great.
And I love seeing Ben here in his trench coat and the hat. Because
it looks perfect. It looks amazing. Yeah. I love it.
It's an iconic look for the character, so it's nice to see it in the film.
Rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
So that whole dialogue, I love. Because to me, it captures exactly what the Fantastic Four should be. It captures that family element, kind of designates who each one of them are in their own quirky way, even before they got their powers. I thought that was a really good line.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, everything that they're showing from this is really kind of alleviated the fears I had with what I was hearing behind the scenes about the personification of Mr. Fantastic, how he was going to be the toxic masculinity that was evil.
Oh,
and yeah, it's like I'm not really picking that up here in this trailer, so that's great.
Not at all. Not at all. We got just a few seconds left, so we'll keep playing it.
That car's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Gandalf.
I just realized they said Fantastic Four. Like
I didn't catch that the first time either.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Fantastic Four. That's awesome. Yeah. You know what, Drew? After watching that again, I would say I'm probably more excited for this than I am for Superman as well.
It looks more. Yeah, I feel like watching this compared to Superman, this looks more true to the Fantastic Four, which has been a long time coming. And the Red Ghost, we're getting the fucking Red Ghost in this. I cannot wait. That's awesome.
He better have his super apes.
Yes. See, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he goes up there to recreate what happened to the Fantastic Four, and the apes come back altered. They come back better. So, oh god, I can't wait.
I will say, look, I don't have. There's a lot of hate that gets thrown on Pedro Pascal for reasons. I actually don't mind him as an actor, just as far as the performances he can do. However, that being said, I don't see Reed here, and even in this little teaser, I feel like he is so flat compared to everyone else.
He's got a really weak voice. I didn't realize how weak it is. It sounds yeah.
I think he's a capable enough actor that I kind of wish that someone would have said, "Hey, add like a 1950s kind of like stylization to your voice." And I think maybe if he had done that, it would have given him enough to work with, even physically, that it maybe would make me believe him as Reed a little bit more. But
and not just that, not just that, Josh, but you look at everyone else in this film; they all look period specific, like to the '60s. Pedro doesn't. He sticks out like I mean, if you were Che Guevara, okay, yeah, maybe he's your communist stand-in, but other than that, no, he doesn't look like he walked out of 1960s, 1950s New York.
You need like a John Hamm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, this whole like, you know, kind of modern day beard, like it shouldn't be there. He should be clean shaven, personally.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. Like every single one of them have a great 60s look. It's just he doesn't. So,
but I like your idea for the voice. Like he should be going like, "Hello, welcome to the Baxter Building. I'm Reed Richards." You know, it should be that kind of, you know.
He's got a Stephen Colbert type voice, like his character on The Venture Brothers.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Perhaps a burst of gamma radiation.
And I was like, oh no. Yeah, I feel like something like that, something to make him just give a little nudge of something, because it seems to be lacking. But I think it's overall, minus Pedro, I think it's a good casting, good team. I'm really interested to see the dynamic. And they all seem to have their own kind of chemistry going with one another. So that's also a good sign. If you can pick that up from a teaser, I think that means we're in for some solid stuff for the film if they don't F up the movie itself.
The shot of Galactus, like that excited me because it's like,
Yes.
oh, good. He's not a fart in this one.
Oh yeah, he's not a cloud.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty. I mean, for our younger, it looks pretty damn scary. Just you see him that height just standing over the New York City. Yeah, it's a great shot.
Notice they didn't show Lady Surfer though, so I wonder if that was strategic. I mean, we know that this is a different world or different universe. I do like that there's celebrities there. That's something else I didn't catch the first time was all the kids in the Thing masks that they lift them up to look up. So that'll be fun to see that dynamic. Let's see what the comments are saying. We got the day later in here. Hello, how are you doing, day later? Welcome to the channel. But she sounds like she didn't understand how to read comics. That's right. I think Jack Schaefer is the one that said comics were confusing because she didn't know how to read them. Talking about following the panel.
How stupid do you have to be to not be able to read a comic?
A Hollywood scriptwriter.
I was about to say it's Hollywood.
And
that's another reason I'll actually like James Gunn. That Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special where he just talks about how stupid actors and people are in Hollywood are. I was like, this is great. This is fantastic. And yeah, the day later also came back and said almost everybody says that about The Voice. It's something that because we get so little of it here, it bothers me. When we get to actually watching the movie again, I might feel differently. But Max said we should boycott Ben Grimm's voice until they change it like they did.
Yes.
Oh man, maybe I'm nervous to let any other delays happen with Marvel movies because I feel like if you add any delay to this, they're just gonna find other things to do with it. And I'm like, oh no, just don't, just make a good film, please. Jamin D put that Pedro's a good side character, not a lead, in my humble opinion. I agree with that, honestly.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good supporting actor. I don't know if he can carry a film. Oh yeah, he said his favorite trailer for the Super Bowl was Mission Impossible 8. I'm looking forward to that film.
It had Haley Atwell, so it was automatically a winner for me.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Biggest heart in Hollywood. Biggest.
Yeah. Max is coming in with his best Rachel Zegler and putting "It's Hollywood, baby."
It's funny because when you said that, that's immediately what came into my mind. And I was like, oh, I wish Josh had a clip of that he would have played. So that's great. Max, right there, baby. We're on the same wavelength.
Ding. And we have Codeman in the house. What's up, brother? Nice to see you here. And Codeman put, I'm surprised, but I'm more excited for the Fantastic Four than Superman. I thought that's 3 of us at this point.
Yeah, same.
It feels, just based on what we've seen, it feels like this is more of a sure thing than Superman in terms of like them getting it right, which is scary. But yeah, so I don't know. Any final thoughts on this before we flip over to Jurassic World?
No.
I'll just say I am honestly looking forward to seeing this in the theaters. I will say that. I will say, all right, they've got my money. I will be there opening night. I hope it's good. I really do.
Yeah. I'll go see this with Chris Gore and the gang. I'll make the trip down to the Burbank AMC to see this.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I think that's that would actually be a lot of fun to go see it with them. Honestly,
oh yeah.
Like, I'm over here like, dang it! Like I would love to go see this with them. So yeah, we're gonna move on to Jurassic World. That was the other kind of really big. Look, I will admit, even with the shitty films, I usually get excited when they come out. I would pretty much watch any Jurassic Park movie except for that last one that we had because it was.
Oh, you know, where it was like, hey, kids, do you like dinosaurs? What if it's a movie about locusts?
Locusts, yeah. Like, come, bro, you had one job. Deliver some freaking dinosaurs. I don't care how bad it is. Just give me cool dinosaur scenes. And it just...
What they had set up at the end of the garbage film before that, is that dinosaurs are now loose on the world. This should be like this should be like the end of times with the dinosaurs loose in the world. But no, they pulled back on that. They freaked, they panicked, and pulled back, and that pissed me off.
That was my first question when I saw this trailer was, wait, they have to go to the island to get dinosaurs? I thought dinosaurs were everywhere. I thought at the end of the second movie, 30 dinosaurs got loose, and that meant that now the whole world was covered with dinosaurs somehow by the next movie. But we wanted to focus on locusts instead, so those dinosaurs are still running loose. But now we have to go to this island, I guess, because they had... The other thing in the trailer that bothers me is... Well, I'll tell you when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch it. But
God, I'm pissed by this trailer. I am fucking pissed. I'll continue.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Before we watch this, I want to say we have 92 people watching live right now, so thank you guys. A chunk of you are over... Oh, where's Jana's here? Did I miss it?
No, I said, where's Jana? No one's come in and called us boners.
I know. Maybe she'll pop in a bit. But we have roughly 80 of you guys that are almost 80 of you guys that are on the X side. So come over to YouTube. Come over, hit that like button. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you comment. We love the comments. We're responding to the chat. But let's give this trailer a little bit of a looky-loo, and I definitely have plenty of thoughts. So let me get this popped up. Yep. All right, full screen. And here we go.
Dr. Henry Lewis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist. Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough.
Hey, Aaron, how do you feel about ScarJo being the new Chris Pratt?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I like her. I like her as an actress. I like her in roles. So I don't have a problem with it. And I like movies where, there's a chick that kicks ass. You give me your Underworlds, your trashy Resident Evil. I love Mila. I love Mila, even though those movies are about like 1.5 good movies out of 8.
Fair.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with her in this.
Nice. All right. Cool.
That could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my God. Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less.
Hey kids, remember Deep Blue Sea? Jesus.
But they don't remember Deep Blue Sea. That's the problem.
No. Yeah.
I remember that movie. My friend Glenn at one point saying about Thomas Jane's character, "My man Carter should be wearing a damn cape," because he was saving the day.
That was the one with Sam Jackson, right?
Yeah, the one where he gives the gay speech and then gets killed by the shark, and the whole theater cheered because the speech was so gay.
Yeah, it was bad. I watched that movie once and I was like, yeah, I don't need to revisit that again. So
that was fun.
Yeah, so it's clear that Scarlett Jo is the Thomas Jane character in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Or Chris Pratt, if you will.
Yeah. And, Jonathan Bailey, I guess, is Dr. Ellie Sattler. We'll see. Jonathan Bailey's kind of getting a blowing up with audiences, which is interesting.
He's got a good look here. He could have been Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I think isn't he shorter though? Isn't he like...
Does it matter? He's shorter than Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, give him some apple crates. He's all set.
That's true.
I mean, they put De Niro in movies, and he's like 2'6".
Yeah. Well, they're both gay, so maybe we'll see if the gayness comes out or not. But all right, let's keep it going.
Wes?
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
We look towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
How does that make sense, though?
Yeah, I mean, I like Mahershala Ali. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but I like him.
Yeah. No, I do too. I think he's great. I'm happy to see him here.
Yeah, he was great in that Blade film. Oh, never mind.
I was about to say I'm happy to see him here since he's not doing Blade right now. But
he looks a little bigger.
Yeah.
He looks a little bulked up though, like he was bulking up for Blade, and then was just like, like, well, come on, guys, what are we doing? Are we ever doing this?
Right? Yeah. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Only been
We're
one
on
Blade. Only ever going to be one Blade.
Yeah, we're on our 9th director. Yeah. I know we talked about this, but the fact that we're going back to an island again, it really makes me wonder if they're just going to pretend like the previous trilogy just didn't happen.
They kind of are. They're setting up like it did. That it did and it didn't. I am so pissed at this. It is so fucking low effort. Low effort here. There is nothing new here. Nothing new outside of Deep Blue Sea.
They got so stupid with it that it was like the only other idea they had to expand the world was human dinosaur hybrids in the next one. Like they kept trying to do that.
They legitimately did.
So I think that, honestly, I would have thought that just rebooting and redoing the first one and making it closer to the Michael Crichton novel would have been the way to go. But if we're gonna do a sequel, I'm actually glad that they scaled it back down and just made it like a survival horror kind of thing again. Even though there's something coming up that like makes no sense to me, but
do Dino Crisis then.
Oh my god, I would love it if they did Dino Crisis. ScarJo could have played Regina. It would have been great.
There we go. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Aaron, I'm actually with you. If they just rebooted and done it closer to the novel, that would have been like chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep this going.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
Isn't this like the third island that's been the research?
No. I think it's Isla Sorna. I think they're going back to Isla Sorna again.
Okay. All right.
DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
I will say, whoever the schmarmy guy that's supposed to fill this, like the lawyer type character from the first film, the guy that's funding this mission, I'm not buying anything he's like. I feel like I don't know.
But I feel like he also would have been a better Reed Richards than Pedro Pascal.
you're not wrong.
Drew, you would be a better Reed Richards than Pedro Pascal.
Scarlett Johansson would be a better Reed Richards than Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't do that. The MCU.
I know. Hey. I will comment here that they're going to get the DNA for medical purposes, but they have to get the 5 largest dinosaurs.
How do they know which dinosaurs they need the DNA from if they've never gotten the DNA from these dinosaurs?
Well, not just that. If they're so dangerous, why are they still alive?
Hey! We need dinosaurs to eat people, man. Calm down. Calm down.
I'm okay with like the ecosystem balancing itself out, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with making that leap in faith so that I get a dinosaur movie. I'm okay with it.
Same. I'm down with that. Just give
I
me
have bigger problems coming up.
Just deliver the goods with the dinosaurs for this film, please. That's all I'm asking.
That's the thing, though. It's like, okay, so do they have the DNA sequences? Like, do they have like, here's the DNA strand, and now we know that we need these 5? Like, what's the explanation going to be?
Yeah,
I have the files, so
I have a feeling we're not going to get that.
Isn't it crazy that it just happens to be the 5 biggest ones?
Yeah, just crazy that it just happens to be the 5 biggest ones.
And 5 is a lot. You couldn't like scale it back to 3 and just have other dinosaurs. Like it feels like it's going to be rushed because you're going to have to go through 5 dinosaurs.
Of course. There are 5 acts to a film script, so 5 dinosaurs. Don't we need to set up the story and then no? What setup? 5 minutes. Just say we're going to an island. We need DNA. Boom. 5 dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's keep it going. I will say,
as a dinosaur nerd, I'm happy to see a Quetzalcoatl.
Yes. And we've only gotten like 1 flying dinosaur that we've actually dealt with, and that was in Jurassic Park 3. So I'm happy to see more of it here. Yeah. And it adds a different dynamic too of like different type of adventure. I mean, I guess we've had falling to your death in most of the Jurassic Park films, but you know what I mean. That's a beautiful shot. But see, this is a cinematic shot. It's a beautiful shot. And look, there's color there. MCU, take note from Universal. Color, beautiful
Very
shot.
Toast Orbs.
Stop making everything gray and brown. If I have to watch another movie like Quantumania, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
Or Thunderbolts, where everything is gray and brown.
Yep.
They should have played that song. All the skies are gray.
Yeah, that fits.
And his hair is brown. We're talking about the century.
Is brown.
You heard, get ready, folks. We're bringing a tour to your hometown.
Superhero dreaming.
Oh my god. We're not even drunk, guys. That's the best part. All right, let's finish this real quick.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs are too dangerous for the original park. Why are they still alive?
Bullseye.
Destroyed. This is the island where the research facility is located. So why would they release the most dangerous dinosaurs that were too dangerous for the park onto the island where their research team works? That seems like that's an HR problem. That seems like that might be an unsafe work environment. That seems like, I mean, I know that this is outside of the jurisdiction of the United States, although still within the jurisdiction of the Dora Milaje. But I think that might be an OSHA violation.
Question, because notice that they don't actually show the full velociraptors here. Well, you know, this universe's version of velociraptors. Do you think they're going to be feathered?
Yes.
Could be. Yeah.
I think so. I genuinely think so. Otherwise, why would you not show the one dinosaur? I mean, aside from T-Rex, the one dinosaur that people go to Jurassic films for.
Right.
Like, you get the claws. They're hiding something, and I think it's going to look like a giant chicken now.
You know, one of the only things that I really thought was important that they did in the Jurassic World movies is when they had Henry Wu say, "You didn't ask me." You know, Hammond didn't ask me for authentic dinosaurs. He asked me for attractions. And that's what I gave him, you know, because that explained like the science moving on from what we thought about dinosaurs when the books were written and the movies were made. And I thought that was a good in-universe explanation. So I'm sure we're getting
100%. There were pieces of those films that were decent, and that was definitely one of those moments where I was like, I really like that. But we got roughly a minute left, so let's see what else they've got in store for us here.
The worst of the worst. We're left here.
Come on!
I don't think that was a T-Rex, though, was it?
I don't think so, no. Because why wouldn't you show it? They're setting up a reveal.
Yeah.
So look, one thing I want a body count. I want a good body count in this film. You know what? Make it bring the horror to this. Let's see some limbs. I mean, hell, in the first fucking Jurassic Park movie, we saw Samuel L. Jackson's limb fall down onto Laura Dern's shoulder. Yeah. We haven't gotten anything like that since that film. And I want to see some dismemberment. I want to see some bodies. Let's see it.
Did you ever read the book, Drew?
I didn't finish it. I read bits and pieces of it.
Okay, Henry Wu gets pulled apart by velociraptors in that one.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And there's like 40 of them. It's not just 3. So like when shit goes pear-shaped, Muldoon lives, by the way, in the book. When shit goes pear-shaped, Muldoon's like, I told Hammond this was going to happen, and he goes over to a locker and he opens it up, and he's just got rocket launchers and shit, and he goes out and starts rocketing like raptors, and like they're exploding and meat.
That is awesome.
They went back and redid it. Like you could really do it up.
Oh yeah,
let's do it. Yeah.
That's why I'm on board. And strange enough, it's got more like science stuff to it too, which is weird. But I just give me all the book. Just give me the book.
Yeah, it was more about cloning than it was about the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And Hammond was a son of a bitch.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's keep this going.
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong.
Yo, I keep trying to. Yeah, I keep trying to hold on. I had to pause it. I keep trying to figure out what the hell that is.
Why is that person in there?
I think we're merging the Alien and Jurassic Park franchises. It looks like a xenomorph thing.
No, this is where we find out that the Jurassic Park takes place in the Cloverfield universe.
Oh no!
That's the Cloverfield monster.
Why? Okay.
I like that first Cloverfield movie.
Yeah,
first
I
one.
mean it's fine.
And Cloverfield Lane was pretty good.
Up till the end. Yeah.
You didn't like when they revealed that he wasn't just a creepy weirdo keeping her in there, that there actually was a problem outside?
Yes. I until we got that to that end. I love the whole up to that end. Yeah.
Drew. All right.
Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're
a lot of Spinosaurus.
Defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
I do kind of like this scene, just even when watching this. So.
Why are the those are Spinosaurs, right? Swimming in the water. Why are they with the Mosasaurus?
Who knows? Unless it scares them off at some point.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah, that might work.
But I did like that they kind of had a whole like orca type mentality with the Spinosaurus or those coming through. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Do I think this is going to be a good film? No. Do I think it's going to be fun? Yes. Just deliver dinosaurs and kills, and I'll be happy.
That's all I've ever needed from a Jurassic Park movie is dinosaurs and kills, and that's what the last two didn't give us. They gave us like that stupid movie it's like dinosaurs in a mansion, and you're like, all right. And then that last one, which was like locusts, and you're like, I didn't. That Ryan George does that too during the pitch meeting, where it's like, so it turns out they're making giant locusts, and producer guy's like, is that what people want to see in a movie, in a dinosaur movie? And the writer's like, it might be.
Well, not just that, you have all the characters running in line like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon, hiding, and it just moving from one place to another. It's like, this is what we're doing now? Seriously?
You didn't like that they made that they made Jeff Goldblum say zoinks?
What are we gonna do?
I do want to hit the comments so we can get to this final topic, which will be like maybe 5 minutes. I will say we are up to 123 people watching right now. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm going to ask you, come to YouTube, hit that like button. But I do appreciate having you guys here tuning in with us to be goobers tonight.
Hi, I'm Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. Smash that like button, everybody.
Hey. I will say, the moment I started talking about Jurassic World, Jamin D was like, "Boo! Boo!
Boo this man!"
How come they didn't get to Jurassic Universe? Dinosaurs in space.
I was about to say dinos in space. The Day Later actually has an interesting theory, but he put, wait, what if it's a prequel to the Chris Pratt movies?
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Too. Because it's hard to uncork that bottle, we'll see. And hey, look, Jamin D also said, I'm happy to see colors in screen. Absolutely. And what is Max do? Karaoke night when? What the hell is he doing?
Because we were singing earlier. We were singing.
Okay. Makes way more sense
in
now.
the loosest sense possible.
Yeah, loosest sense possible. Zach's put that the Velociraptors are going to be feathered and naughty. Ooh. But Max is not a fan of this girl boss stuff. So I don't know if this is going to be girl boss. Like if she just happens to be.
That's the way I'm rating it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Teresa Thunderguns.
Teresa Thunderguns.
I wish that was her name. I'd be on board.
Hey, you know what, Aaron? At some point, maybe Teresa Thunderguns needs to make an appearance in an issue of Kneel Before Doomface.
I think she does. Max, can I get that? I'll give you. I'll tell you what. I'll buy you a sandwich for that intellectual property.
Yeah. Hey.
Wait, no, that was Drew that came up with that. So.
Yeah.
We'll see who gets it in print first, me or Drew. It'll be Drew.
Damn it.
No, it'll be you. It'll be you who gets it in first, because by the time Kneel Before Doomface 2 comes out, you'll have done 16 more books.
Yeah, probably.
CXList says this is the best of the three trailers. I don't know if I'd go that far. I think it's I'm honestly Fantastic Four out of the three is the best for me. I would probably then put this than Thunderbolts. Because at least I'm excited. I might be a little retardo kid saying this, but at least I'm excited to see dinosaurs. Thunderbolts, I'm like, okay. So, yeah, we'll see. They'll be here before we know it, because they're all hitting this summer. So, who knows? Final topic of the night before we wrap up, because I know Drewski's got to get to bed. But if you haven't been paying attention to the internets, they announced a revival of a show that is near and dear to my heart, but it looks like Buffy the Vampire Slayer is coming back on Hulu. It's a revival, not a reboot. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in the show, but she's not supposed to be the lead. Another character is going to be the lead. That has not been revealed yet. They have not announced if any other cast members are returning, but I think, you're kind of limited because a number of people die. And you can't really do anything with Angel or Spike. Max, close your ears unless they come back human. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
You can't just de-age. You don't think they'll just de-age them?
I mean, they might, but I don't know. Maybe they might be able to. I don't know how successful that would be, but it's gonna be one of those things.
How successful this will be without Joss Whedon.
Well, that's the other thing. So Joss Whedon isn't here writing, and I know he's problematic now, whatever. But
or Christy Swanson.
Shut up, Drew.
Yeah, where's Christy Swanson? Where's Pee Wee Herman? I mean, I know he's dead, but where's Rutger
Hauer?
Oh, also both their characters are dead.
Or Ben Affleck. He was a basketball player in that movie.
Oh my God, he was, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think what's interesting here is, Joss isn't involved, which didn't surprise me. I just don't know how well this is going to stand up. And here's why I'm saying this, because you have in comics, we've had so many people that have come in and tried to write like the Buffyverse. They've tried to pull their Joss Whedon in comics. They try to do it in film as well. People just can't do what he was able to do, at least not well. But even the storytelling, the lore, if you don't bring back at least some of those original people, I don't know. I don't know if you can capture the same magic that this had, because this is a pop culture phenomenon, but it's also just, there are elements of Buffy as a show that are top notch. I mean, you have some of the best characterization that's probably ever been done in television in that original 7 seasons. There's a reason you could study the show and get psychology credits. I just don't know if you're going to get those same things with this. And what's also interesting is that they have Chloe Zhao coming in to direct, which is...
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, it's like... it's a big name, especially for a Hulu film or a Hulu series, but...
Why is she a big name? Why? Because she directed a movie where people were in a van?
And won an Oscar. Yeah, no, I mean... It just, this isn't the typical progression you see from that. So that's why I think it's interesting. But
here's what's going to be super good is that they should just call this Buffy DOA. But at least now the actress that played Dawn can be on set without having to worry about getting cornered by Joss Whedon.
Have you seen her lately though? She's looking kind of rough.
Is she? Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
Sarah still looks pretty good. I mean, she doesn't look Christy Swanson good, but she looks pretty good.
You know what though? She did this, or she's doing this Dexter Origins thing, and I think she's lost too much weight. Because right before she got announced that she was with that, she was out in public for, I can't remember what it was. She was making rounds for something, and she looked healthy. And now that she's doing this Dexter stuff, it looks like she was like triple dosing. What's that weight loss? Ozempic.
Ozempic. You know.
It looks like she's triple dosing that shit because she is just like skin and bones now. And it's made her face look a little weird. But yeah, I mean, look, ultimately, she doesn't look bad. But I don't know. We'll see.
But I don't want to see Buffy as a mom training her daughter or training the next generation of Slayer. I don't want to see that.
I mean, is there any doubt that the next Vampire Slayer is going to be a young girl of ethnic descent who is.
Well, remember that was the thing before. Remember all of
Yeah.
the people on the internet that were saying that if you didn't like race swapping, that you were a bigot and every kind of ist and phobe. And then all of a sudden the announcement came out that they were looking for a black lead for a Buffy reboot, and they lost their minds.
Yeah, people lost their shit.
But it'll probably definitely be, some. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is because it's not the show. You can't call it Buffy the Vampire Slayer if Buffy's not the main character.
Yeah,
agreed.
It's like having a Willow show and you don't have Mad Mardigan in it. It's like, why the hell am I watching this?
It's like having a Willow show where Willow's not the main character.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant Allison Hannigan when you said Willow, but whoever you said, that's fine.
Allison Hannigan ain't coming back for this.
No.
I think enough time has passed. She might. So
you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I love her. Don't get me wrong.
She might. I think that's going to be the interesting piece in the tell is who actually does come back.
Is Giles still alive?
I mean, he never died in the shows. So
are they gonna I just meant the actor. Are they going to keep all of the continuity from the Boom comics that took place after?
Well, the Boom comics are a whole new refresh start. It was the Dark Horse comics. And
that's right.
I don't know. You have stuff that you could pull. There were some interesting elements there that you could pull, and you could even lean towards the Frey type stuff. I don't know if they will. So
I think that you bring in Christy Swanson as well, and you do a Buffy multiverse.
Oh, well, let's not.
Multiverses are super. They're super hot, Josh.
Yeah,
they're like Hansel. They're so.
It's
hot.
so in. They're so in. Yeah.
The day later asked, "Is Wesley still alive?" Unfortunately, he is not. So,
no, because remember that's what set Ilaria off. God.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have Ilaria. Oh, Amy Acker. I love her so much.
You could. You very well could. I mean, even the season here, I've got. Oh, it's under a bunch of books. I mean, even their final season, their season 12 in comics was pretty much they brought two people from Angel, and it was Angel and Illyria, and then the Buffy characters for Buffy season 12. So
I always hated that they continued the Angel story. I thought that show had the perfect ending.
I do too,
ending.
But I will say that when Christos Gage was writing, what was it, seasons 9 and 10 or 10 and 11, maybe, that shit was really freaking good in comics because
didn't he work on the show? Am I wrong in that?
I don't think he worked on the show. Mm-hmm. But what he ended up picking up and running with for the comics was when Buffy was still kind of a bigger thing, and it was in its last season, Joss was pitching a Spike series, a Faith series, and a Giles either mini series or film. And he took the story that was going to be used for the Giles movie and then for the Faith series, and he threw that in Angel, and it just gave it this huge boost, and it was so good.
That's cool.
Yeah, those comics were great, and I just love that Christos was tied to them because it made it even better. But so much good stuff there, and it really felt like you got the stuff as a fan of the shows that you really wanted to be able to see and experience with Faith and Angel at some point. Like it really just let you go through that, and I was like, yeah, if we could have had Eliza and David, so
she's not coming back. She's a psychedelics doctor now.
Oh, I know. She is definitely not coming back. She is anti-Hollywood at this point.
I mean, I can imagine why, considering what happened to her when she was 13.
Oh yeah, agreed. Yeah, Codeman, Angel and Faith was really good, and yes, they're probably going to exclude Nicholas Brendan because, the fan base hates Xander now.
Why do they hate Xander now? I mean, I know Nicholas Brendan has had a troubled drug history, and
there's a certain audience that views Xander as being problematic because he's just a terrible human being.
But I thought we were past that audience. The audience that has $12 amongst them collectively.
We'll see. I haven't really looked into the ladies that are writing this, but it's two females. So
okay. It's never mind. It's not going to be any good.
Hey, there were female writers on the original series that were great. Jane Espenson, looking at you. Marty Noxon at times.
But that was back but that was back when it was a meritocracy.
Yeah, agreed. So other than that, I don't know. We'll see. I would love to see what they try to do, but I don't know if I would consider this in my Buffy canon. If they come back and they deliver an incredible show, I will eat crow. I will praise the hell out of it. It just makes me nervous. But
don't worry, Josh. They won't, and you won't have to. It's Hollywood, baby. Weird.
It's Hollywood, baby. Weird. I'm gonna have to find that clip now. All right, we're gonna wrap things up there, so my little Drewski can go get some snoozes, some Z's. Yeah. To wrap up the night, Drew, I will start with you. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
Find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. I'll be posting quite a bit in this next coming months about several projects I'm working on.
Indeed. Aaron, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on X, and you can find me on Facebook, but don't expect me to answer because I rarely check my Facebook, as Drew will attest. And you can also find me on Instagram. And you can find the what's going to be the best book of 2025 over on Kneel Before Doomface on Kickstarter. Look that up. We crossed 20,000. We are getting close to. We're about 12 pages away now from completing the book and getting it prepped and ready to ship. So we're going to be doing like some last chance stuff. But if you haven't already, don't miss out. Get in there and make your pledge.
Absolutely. As for me, you can find me at Joshua L. McDonald. If you want to see my personal stuff, you can go to @ByPopped for more of the nerdy stuff. We do have quite a few things coming up. Next week, look, just pray for me. I'm going to go see Captain America this weekend. So Captain America. So
our thoughts and our prayers are with you, Josh. We pray for strength for our brother Josh as he walks into the den of boredom.
Yeah. I will be here next week to discuss this film. I don't know who will be joining me, if anyone will be joining me, but I'll be breaking this down and giving you my thoughts.
I might buy a ticket for Paddington and walk in and see this travesty.
Hey. Even our good friend Max has given us thoughts and prayers. And Max, I hope you had earmuffs on during the Buffy conversation because I gave some spoilers away. Anyways, so we'll see how this goes because, buddy. And usually before I talk about films, I see them twice. So let's see if we do that this time. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Max says Buffy. Who? Exactly, buddy. Other than that, coming up, we do have this month's comic book club is going to be Batman Year One. So super excited. This is almost the book that launched it all. So that ended up not happening. We launched it with Superman for All Seasons, but I'm really excited to dive into this. It's going to take me back to my Batman news roots. And then, as I announced last week, we will have a special episode discussing this book as well that's pulled from when I was with Batman News. We did record a discussion, so I'm going to pull that in, and that'll be behind the paywall. So if you're a member, you'll get to see that. Other than that, you might be wondering, hey, where's your X-Men video? It's there. It's under copyright. I started to go ahead and post it. However, I've got 3 Marvelous Monday videos up. And only one of them I posted while it was in dispute for a copyright. It has a whopping 126 views. Meanwhile, Captain Marvel, who is a film that everyone hates, has over 700, and Captain America has over 1,000. And my X-Men Days of Future Past, but X-Men First Class only has 126 views. So it's like, you know what? We're going to get past this copyright, so it will actually get pushed maybe by YouTube. But it will come. It's probably just going to align with March 1st or the first Monday of March. That way we're in there. But going to get past the copyright. I'm already editing the next video to get it up to go for April. That way it's past the copyright. And then you'll have the new stuff that we end up filming moving forward. But it's been a car crash of me getting back in the swing with these things and remembering why I was doing certain things a certain way. But excited to get back into these when we do finally start dropping them. Thank you for being patient. I'm being a little selfish with this, but trying to pay back what I spend to run this channel. Other than that, starting off for February as well, we will have top 5 comics. So I'll be getting with the Drewski once we wrap up February. That's it. We've got something going on. The month. We're wrapping up a month. And we'll bring our top 5 like we always do. So fun stuff there. I hope you come see us. Continue to tune in, hang out. Let us know what you thought of the show. Which of these movies that we watched the trailers of are you excited to see? Put it in the comments after we wrap the show. Are you excited about the Buffy revival? Let me know. And then make sure you come back next Tuesday so we can talk about Not Captain America.
Are you excited about the picture of Drew there in the corner where he on the Culture Pop banner where he looks like Zod?
Zod.
I know.
Zod.
Kneel before
Yeah.
Zod.
I think I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, Drew, look at you! You're looking swanky, man." So yeah, good stuff. All right, folks. Thank you again for coming. Please hit that like button on your way out. If you're on the X side, come to YouTube. There's a link. There's a link there for you. Just scroll a little bit down on my page. You'll see this banner, this picture, and there'll be a YouTube link. Click on it. Come hit the like button. Hit subscribe. I'll love you forever and ever. Joshy, love you long time.
Leave a comment and hit like. That stuff really does help us out.
It does.
Boy.
It really does. Bye. All right. Bye, guys. Thank y'all.